My dear seniors, let me ask you something from the heart. After working hard for decades, raising families, paying endless taxes, and carrying responsibilities on your shoulders, do you still feel like bills are chasing you even in retirement? Isn't it unfair that after 65, the age when you should be resting, enjoying freedom, and finally living for yourself, you're still worried about expenses? Month after month, you watch your savings slowly disappear into bills that never seem to end. But what if I told you this? There are certain bills you should never pay after 65. Yes, never. Bills that quietly drain your pockets but, with the right knowledge, can be reduced or even completely erased. Bills that governments, communities, and programs are willing to cover, but many seniors simply don't know about them. I've seen this firsthand. Too many seniors live with stress, cutting corners on food, medicine, or comfort just to keep up with payments. And yet, the truth is, help is out there. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll discover 6 bills you should stop paying after 65, and how doing so can protect your savings and give you the freedom you truly deserve. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Imagine one of your biggest bills disappearing tomorrow, gone forever. What would you do with that money? Would you travel to see your grandchildren? Would you finally fix up your home? Or would you just breathe a little easier knowing you're financially safe? Share your answer in the comments. I want to hear your dreams, because this video is about making them possible. And stay with me until the very end, because number 6 is something almost no one talks about, yet it could completely change the way you live your retirement. Bill number 1, credit card debt. My dear seniors, credit cards can feel like a blessing when we're younger, but after 65, they often turn into a heavy chain around our necks. Many seniors I've spoken with tell me they still make minimum payments every month, and yet, the balance never seems to go down. That's because interest quietly keeps eating away at their savings. I remember Mrs. Williams, a widow living on Social Security. She had $3,000 in credit card debt. Every month she paid $75 faithfully, thinking she was doing the right thing. But after years, the balance was still there because most of her payment was only covering interest. It broke her heart to realize she was paying money for nothing. The truth is, after retirement, you shouldn't be paying interest on old debts. Many banks actually have hardship programs that forgive or reduce debt once you're over 65. And nonprofit agencies can negotiate directly with credit card companies to cut the bill in half or even cancel it. Here's a question for you. Why should seniors, after a lifetime of paying bills, still suffer under debts they may never fully repay? Isn't retirement supposed to be a time of peace? So my advice is this: if you're still paying credit card bills after retirement, talk to your bank. Ask if they have senior debt relief programs. And if the debt is small, consider paying it off completely instead of letting interest swallow your money month after month. Protect your savings for what truly matters: your health, your food, and your peace of mind. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt trapped by credit card payments even after retirement? Before we move on to the next big bill, let me pause for a moment. If you're finding this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and join our community. We share life-saving tips for seniors every week, and by subscribing, you'll never miss advice that could protect your health and your savings. Bill number 2, mortgage payments. For many seniors, the house is their biggest blessing but also their biggest burden. Decades of working hard, paying month after month, and then finally retirement arrives, but the mortgage is still not fully paid. I once met Mr. and Mrs. Clark, both in their 70s, who were still sending $600 every month to the bank. They loved their home, but those payments made them anxious every single month. Do you know what saved them? A senior housing program helped roll their mortgage into a reverse mortgage. Suddenly, they stopped paying the bank and instead, the home began supporting them. Now, I'm not saying reverse mortgages are for everyone, but what I am saying is this: there are options. Some seniors downsize to a smaller home and eliminate payments completely. Others qualify for property tax freezes or housing support programs that make the cost nearly disappear. Think about it. Why should you keep paying the bank when you've already given your blood, sweat, and tears for decades? Your home should give you comfort, not stress. So here's my question: would you prefer to live in a smaller, mortgage-free house, or stay in a big home that drains your savings every month? Share your thoughts below. Bill number 3, car payments. Cars bring freedom, but they also bring endless bills: monthly payments, insurance, repairs, fuel. For many seniors, especially after retirement, keeping up with a car payment feels like carrying an extra job. Let me tell you about Maria, a retired nurse. She loved her car, but the $300 monthly payment was eating into her pension. One day, her grandson suggested she sell the car and buy a smaller used one, cash in hand. She hesitated at first but later admitted it was the best decision she ever made. She saved thousands every year, and with ride-sharing services and senior transportation programs, she never felt stuck. Here's the reality: seniors don't always need the latest car. A reliable, fully paid vehicle is better than any shiny model with monthly bills attached. And in many cities, seniors get discounted bus passes, free shuttle services to hospitals, or even volunteer driver programs. Think of it this way: would you rather keep paying hundreds every month for a car that loses value, or use that money for travel, health, or even simple joys like treating your grandchildren? Tell me honestly in the comments: are car payments still taking money from your retirement budget? Bill number 4, prescription drugs. My dear friends, the fourth bill you should never keep paying in full after 65 is prescription drugs. Medicine is meant to keep us alive, yet for many seniors, the cost feels like it's slowly stealing away their savings. Take the story of Mr. Johnson, a retired postman from Manchester. Every month, he paid nearly £150 for his blood pressure tablets. He loved his family, but to afford his medicine, he quietly gave up small joys like taking his granddaughter to the park cafe for a slice of cake. Then one day, his doctor asked him a simple question: why aren't you using the generic version? Mr. Johnson was shocked. The generic cost only £25, the same medicine, the same results, but at a fraction of the price. That discovery changed his entire retirement budget. And here's a painful truth: nearly 1 in 4 seniors in the UK and US admit they sometimes skip doses just to stretch their prescriptions. Not because they want to, but because they can't afford them. But there is hope. Most countries have senior healthcare schemes, discount cards, and pharmacy savings programs. Pharmaceutical companies themselves often provide low-cost or even free medication for those over 65. You just have to ask. The sad part is, many seniors never do. So here's my heartfelt advice: never walk away from the pharmacy counter without asking, is there a cheaper option? Sometimes, a quick conversation can save you hundreds of pounds a year. That's money you could use for heating your home, eating healthier, or simply enjoying life. Let me ask you: have you ever cut a pill in half or skipped a dose to make your medicine last longer? Be honest in the comments, because your story might encourage another senior to look for help instead of silently struggling. If you're finding this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button and join our community. Bill number 5, utility bills. My dear seniors, the fifth bill you should never keep paying in full after 65 is your utility bill: electricity, water, and gas. These are basic needs, but for many, they become a constant source of stress in retirement. Let me tell you about Mrs. Thompson, a 72-year-old widow from Birmingham. Every winter, her gas bill would shoot up to nearly £200 a month. To save money, she often kept her heating off, wrapping herself in blankets instead. One particularly cold night, her neighbor found her shivering and insisted she apply for the Warm Home Discount, a government scheme that reduces energy costs for pensioners. Mrs. Thompson was approved within weeks, and suddenly her winter bills dropped by almost half. For the first time in years, she felt safe and warm in her own home. The truth is, thousands of seniors continue paying full price for utilities even though discounts, rebates, and senior support schemes are available. Energy companies often have special tariffs for pensioners, and local councils may provide grants to cover heating or water bills. But unless you ask, they rarely tell you. Think about it: why should you choose between heating your home and buying food, when help is already out there waiting for you? So here's my advice: call your electricity or gas company and ask directly if they have senior discount plans. Check your council website for pensioner energy schemes. Even a saving of £40 a month adds up to nearly £500 a year, enough to ease the pressure on your retirement budget. Now let me ask you, have you ever had to wear extra jumpers indoors or switch off lights just to save on bills? Tell me in the comments, because your story might inspire another senior to ask for the help they deserve. Fees. Bill number 6, subscriptions and hidden fees. My dear friends, the sixth bill you should never keep paying after 65 is for subscriptions and hidden fees. These are the sneaky charges that quietly drain money from your account every month without you even realizing. Take Mr. Evans, a 70-year-old retired engineer from London. One day, his grandson helped him check his bank statement and discovered he was still paying for 3 TV streaming apps, a magazine subscription, and even a gym membership he hadn't used in years. Together, these little charges added up to nearly £60 every month, over £700 a year wasted on things he never touched. Mr. Evans was shocked, but when he cancelled them, it felt like he had given himself a pay rise without lifting a finger. This happens to so many seniors. Maybe you signed up for a free trial years ago and forgot to cancel. Or maybe a family member once used your card for a service that's still quietly taking money every month. These charges are like tiny leaks in a bucket, individually small, but together they drain your savings dry. Here's my advice: once a month, look carefully at your bank statement. Circle every payment you don't recognize or no longer use. Call the company, cancel it, and protect your hard-earned pension. Every pound matters in retirement, and these leaks are money you could be spending on better food, travel, or even simple comforts like keeping your home warm. Let me ask you, if you checked your bank account today, do you think you'd find at least one subscription you forgot about? Be honest in the comments, because I guarantee you're not alone. My dear seniors, we've just walked through 6 bills you should never keep paying after 65. Credit cards, mortgages, medical premiums, prescription drugs, utilities, and hidden subscriptions. They all quietly steal the money you worked so hard to save. But remember this: retirement should not be about stress, it should be about peace, dignity, and enjoying the life you've earned. Every pound saved from these bills is not just money, it's freedom. Freedom to heat your home, eat healthier food, travel, or simply rest without worry. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 6 bills is draining you the most right now? Have you found any smart tricks to cut them down? And if you could free yourself from just one of these bills tomorrow, which one would you choose? Share your answers in the comments below. Your story could be the very advice another senior desperately needs. And before you go, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Every week, we share simple but life-changing tips for seniors about health, savings, and living with dignity after 65. By subscribing, you're not just getting information, you're joining a family that looks out for one another. So leave a comment, hit the like button if this video helped you, and subscribe so you never miss out. Take care, stay strong, and remember, you've given your whole life to others. Now it's time to protect yourself and your savings.